Two teams still fighting it out for La Liga. But right now, Barcelona still want their treble. Real Madrid want their double. And Barca tonight, Terry, the favourites for the game. As Hansi Flick and Carlo Ancelotti denied the chance to meet up yesterday as part of their media obligations because of Real Madrid not committing to them. The first Barcelona coach to win his first 3 Clásicos, but first, the national anthem. 15,000 extra seats, all under cover.
They caught Real Madrid offside so many times in the game that they won 4-0 in La Liga. So Real Madrid will adjust, they'll try and break down and beat this offside trap. But it's intense, it's fast and furious, and they will try and play everything in the attacking half of the pitch.
Shifted out by Pedri to Gerard Martin. Ferran Torres, great touches, and he's got away from his defender, and a combination of Tchouameni and Rudiger deals with that.
Just about. There we see the first breakthrough from Barcelona, which will concern Real Madrid. This was all far too easy. Raul Asencio makes a risky challenge. Ferran Torres skips over it. I thought he was going to shoot. Didn't fancy his chances of beating Courtois at the near post.
Punched into Rafinha. Rafinha works it with Ferran Torres, and they're around Real Madrid again. Gerard Martin, a bit more composure. They could have made something of that.
Yep, they're attacking down the left flank, aren't they? Which isn't a surprise. Most teams that play Real Madrid with Lucas Vazquez at right back do attack down the left flank. So you haven't seen too much of Lamine Yamal. It's been the fullbacks, but when they do, there will be a threat. So I think that is going to be key for them to be patient.
Hansi Flick loved that from Gerard Martin. It's his first Clasico this evening. De Jong, Lamine Yamal looking to run at Fran Garcia for the first time and gets joy. Rudiger covers, and then Garcia covers him.
That's what I mean about being thrown into the thick of the action, and down that left flank it's going to be Dani Ceballos ahead of him. You ain't going to get too much help defensively from Dani Ceballos.
Rodrygo. Vinicius. Given straight back to Dani Olmo and Barcelona. Rudiger takes him out, but Barca keep moving. Rafinha, Ferran Torres in the middle.
Player out, trying to put an end to that attack and take the yellow card. That's why the appeal is for the handball against Fede Valverde. I can't see what else he can do with his arm now. He's probably got it behind his body anyway.
Martinez stepping forward from centre-back here for Barcelona. Only one loss in 27 matches for Barca at the moment, and that was that 3-1 second leg defeat to Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League, having beaten them 4-0 at home. Since the turn of the year, they've just been on a tear in all 3 competitions.
And it's a big surprise, I have to be honest. No one was sure how they were going to do under Hansi Flick. But the style and the identification that you see from Barcelona now is astonishing.
Lamine Yamal drives! And he nearly found the corner. Courtois was rooted to the ground.
Yes, an interesting adaptation here of Thibaut Courtois, because he doesn't make much attempt for it. He probably feels it's drifting harmlessly wide, but it does curl towards that far post, and a bit too close for comfort for Thibaut Courtois. What he said, be aware of Koundé. Lewandowski, of course, is a miss.
Koundé's there again! And this time he does test Thibaut Courtois at full stretch.
We're going to have a look to see who is marking Koundé. It's Raul Asencio, the youngster, who's bigger than Jules Koundé, significantly bigger, but Koundé does well to get across the defender.
Real Madrid on the counter-attack now with Vinicius, but there's Lamine Yamal winning it back. Still frustrated here, Vinicius.
There's no foul there whatsoever, just dispossessed. Trying to get superiority in midfield where he thinks Barcelona are particularly strong. So we're talking about, say, the 4-1-4-1 you talked before the game, and the teams announced the amount of central midfield players. Tchouameni's not getting far away from the centre-backs.
Yamal squares it. Pedri's onto it! What a stunning way to open this Copa del Rey final up! Barcelona fans will tell you he's the best midfielder around right now. And goals like that, stunning goals like that, will help make the case.
Well, what a game, what a way he is picked to do it in this match, in the Clasico. Copa del Rey final. You can see there, he picks up the ball, he plays it forward, there's no offside, the play can continue. And he backs up the play, that's him with the long pass. Starts off the attack as Yamal gets in there. Real Madrid with lots of bodies back behind the ball, all in the penalty area, ignoring the attacking run from Pedri. Yes, he's going to hit the target, he's going to have a shot, but look at the technique. He's picking out the top corner. He knows it has to be a special attempt to beat Courtois, and he does exactly that. The power, the accuracy of the finish, absolutely superb from Barcelona, and in particular from the magician that is Pedri in midfield. A year or so with so many injuries, and there was a concern, was he going to go the same road as Ansu Fati, who had a similar start to his career, but this season he has been astonishing.
Tchouameni, by the way, just committed a foul. You wondered the referee would go back and show a card. Here's Rafinha up against Rudiger. And Dani Olmo was clattered in the middle of the pitch. Barcelona had that 4-4 home draw with Atletico in the first leg, then went and won at the Metropolitano. Joe Martin's forward here, slightly isolated, getting forward from left back. Help arriving now. Dani Olmo appealing right on the edge of the penalty area. Fouled by Joe Martin on Tchouameni. Valverde, Ceballos. Vinicius slips and Yamal conjures up something brilliant and tries to set away Ferran Torres. Flag stays down for now, but Rudiger's quick. Love playing him in this high line. Frenkie de Jong scooting towards that Real Madrid back four. Dani Olmo, can he pick a pass? Rudiger makes the block. Barca threatened these, particular Jules Koundé. Oh, and it's right across the face of goal and belted back goalwards by Rafinha. It looked like that might have hit the post, in fact.
Lots of bodies attacking it. No real obvious touch from anyone, and it evades absolutely everybody. Does anyone get a touch at the near post? I don't think they do. It goes between the legs of Rudiger. Almost curls in on its own. It would have been a direct goal from the corner. Here we see it's Ceballos against Pau Kubasi. They're wrestling at the far post. I mean, I don't know where the line is now between tussling, pulling, rugby tackling someone, and that looks a foul to me.
Well, think of the penalty given against Real Madrid in the Arsenal game.
Exactly.
Bernabeu with Asencio. Headed up by Rafinha, superb defending at the near post, and Rodrygo has a throw-in. Referee willing to chat to the captain, Frenkie de Jong, here, but he doesn't want to hear anything else from Barcelona's other players, who feel that Real Madrid should have more yellow cards to their name.
That's a yellow card offence all day long.
Barcelona have dominated. The Real Madrid players heading straight over to the referee, but the standout moment, this young man's strike, Pedri, sweeping the ball into the top corner as the game approached its half hour. Real Madrid have had the ball in there, a disallowed goal for offside, but in truth,
something for Real Madrid in the second half. It strengthens clearly their attacking options. Truly brilliant footballer, and he has been, in my opinion, fantastic this season for Real Madrid. So Just a 1-goal deficit after being totally outplayed in the first half. Kylian Mbappe coming on. Real Madrid do have a chance.
A look and a smile at the camera from Lamine Yamal. And a little look over his shoulder at the sight of Real Madrid's number 9 emerging. He was Real Madrid's hero in the previous Copa del Rey final success in 2023. Here against Osasuna, who scored both goals, Rodrygo. But Pedri, the goal scorer, with a lovely turn and further reinforcing the view that he's one of the best around. Ferran Torres does collect. No free kick given against Tchouameni, who's on a yellow, let's not forget. Rafinha in towards Dani Olmo. Lamine Yamal. And he tests Courtois for the first time.
Skips inside, doesn't he? Very predictable, Lamine Yamal, but impossible to stop.
Pedri floats and collects from Lamine Yamal. Barcelona games this season have averaged 4 goals a match. Most of any club in Europe's top 5 leagues. Rafinha belts it into the arms of Courtois, who holds well. Goes long. Here's Billingham. Oh, brilliant from Billingham. Plays in Vinicius Jr. Vinicius! Szczesny with a save, and again. I think that was creeping inside his near post.
Well, the first legitimate saves of the game from Barcelona's player. Recently retired Polish goalkeeper Szczesny. Bellingham does fantastically well, and it's a decent effort for Vinicius on the first one. Friends in high places, isn't it? Lewandowski recommended him, made the phone call, and he is playing in the Copa del Rey.
Dani Olmo collected from Rafinha. Valverde barking at teammates.
Yeah, it doesn't mean Luka Modric is going to be right back.
Well, there are any defenders back there. Barcelona have completely exposed them here. Dani Olmo, Rafinha drags the pass, and Rafinha, in truth, drags the shot wide. That was 3-on-2.
Yeah, and it was a poor pass from Dani Olmo. He had options. I thought Lamine Yamal was the preferred one. He had more space. But eventually, when he does pass it to Rafinha, I think it's slightly behind him. Lamine has to, which means that Rafinha has to kind of check his stride. Should he be shooting again? I mean, he's been successful enough this season, but there was an opportunity there. But you're right, Rob, it's much sharper, much brighter. It's no choice. They look restricted in the first half with the tactical setup from Ancelotti, but it's an open game of football now.
Great running from midfield by Dani Olmo, and the flick to Ferran Torres is sublime. Rafinha against Asencio, and that's just like his shot from a few minutes ago. 30-goal Rafinha with the opening again.
They can't be this wasteful, Barcelona. It's 1 against 1 again. It's a lack of defensive players for Real Madrid. This is brilliant skill from Dani Olmo. Eyes at the back of his head. Back heel pass. Rafinha is 1 against 1 against Raul Asencio. I think
Big chunk of turf gives way as Courtois launches it upfield. They're getting much tighter to Pedri in this half, and Bellingham's won it, and Mbappe springs into life. Was he brought down there?
he shouldn't have been allowed to continue. Hansi Flick should have come up with something different. Pedri gives the ball away cheaply. When you do that against Vinicius, you're in trouble. He gives it to Mbappe. There's no doubt it's a foul. Players are on the cover. Kubasi, Gerard Martin. I think Frankie de Jong is aware of that, knows exactly what he's doing, puts an end to that run from Kylian Mbappe. Advisable for Barcelona.
Mbappe goalwards and in! Kylian Mbappe has come on in this final and got Real Madrid level.
His performance in this game is typical of that. It's a terrible wall from Barcelona. There's too big a gap between Inigo Martinez and Pedri. Goalkeepers have to take more responsibility. They have to take more control. Because if you leave that opportunity, that little gap open for a player like Kylian Mbappe, he will find it. He's been superb. Real Madrid have been better in the second half. It's all level now.
The half-time change rewarded for Carlo Ancelotti. Finds Pedri, bit of space now for Pedri, who's been deprived of that since half-time. Koundé, Fermin Lopez, Rudiger blocks. A bit more intensity as well about Real Madrid.
Barcelona getting on the ball again now, and they move the ball quicker again. I talked about how slower the possession was in the second half.
Pedri, Rafinha, Lamine Yamal. It's outstanding from Pedri. Alfredo Gula. See that lack of a real centre forward out there for Barcelona. Koundé's cutback, won by Billingham. He stumbles. Wins it back from Lamine Yamal. Looks to work it with Kylian Mbappe. And they will. Vinicius Jr., he's off. Mbappe with him. Support arriving. Mbappe! Important defending. Real Madrid nearly had the lead for the first time.
Well, I talked in the first half about Real Madrid weren't too fussed about possession because...
We're also going to add Gavi into the mix. Tchouameni! Just like in the semi-final. Aurelien Tchouameni comes up big for Real Madrid. They have turned this game around.
It's a comfortable lead. Koundé loses him. Has no idea where Tchouameni is. Koundé is ball watching. Koundé gets dragged towards the ball. There's the matchup. Koundé goes a yard away from Tchouameni. Tchouameni slams it home from close range. But I talked about Real Madrid when they're not playing well.
De Jong shut down Mbappe with Vinicius running away to his left-hand side. Shut down by Koundé. And Vinicius Jr. Can't deal with Frankie de Jong. They can't deal with Barcelona here. In by Lamine Yamal, away by Valverde. It kind of looked like he was at right back there for a moment.
Yeah. I think now to win it, I think we'll see some sort of regular back four.
De Jong.
Rudiger's not there at the moment.
Sprinting back into the scene here as ball's popped in towards Ferran Torres. Came into this game, Barcelona having scored 9 times in their 2 matches with Real Madrid this season. Pedri, Lamine Yamal, who might do it, but for the towering figure of Thibaut Courtois.
You thought he had there, didn't you? We could see from our angle. There was curl on it. It was heading towards the far post. The first time he's been allowed to do that tonight, Lamine Yamal. It's textbook.
Fermin Lopez, so Gavi in. Hector Fall waiting to come on. Lamine Yamal has popped a ball that's asked a question of Real Madrid, and Ferran Torres has delivered. He's been their go-to man in the Copa del Rey. And how about that tonight in the final? Leading the line in the absence of Lewandowski. And that is some finish.
It's been exactly that. It's had a great flow to it. Barcelona dominating, Real Madrid fighting back, taking the lead. Lamine Yamal with a wonderful pass over the top of Rudiger, who's labouring. He has a knock. Courtois comes out, Ferran Torres, so important to get that first touch, but takes it away from the defender, takes it away from the goalkeeper. Then, can he get the finish right? It's got to have the right pace on it, it's got to be accurate. He doesn't want to think about it too much because, I promise you, you would miss. So just get it on target, play by instinct. And And he's been superb this year. It's back up to Lewandowski, and I'm just, as the words came out my mouth about wouldn't they love to have Lewandowski there tonight, his replacement, Ferran Torres, does it again. It's Luka Modric. I'll be okay for this one. He's not going to bury me, but he did.
Valverde swinging legs out, but Barcelona move with great effect. Modric shacking Pedri. Pedri hangs it up to Rafinha. But too much on the pass. Kunde. Fermin Lopez. Lamine Yamal has it back. And ran into Rudiger. The idea was nice, in fact, but there was no support there for Pedri.
The flow of this game has been incredible because since Barcelona scored, they looked the more dangerous team. And they looked out of it when Real Madrid were leading 2-1.
Mbappe takes on too much. Lamine Yamal with Arda behind him. He didn't know that. Ferran Torres turns and he loses his footing.
Ferran Torres aiming at some sort of infringement here. Rudiger might just tap away his ankle. Not sure how much force there was on that. Pulls his leg away, doesn't it? Slightly. There's no doubt that's a foul by Fermin on.
Well, Ferran Torres, look, he's saying that took him off balance.
It did. It almost, his foot slides away, doesn't it? In that direction. On first viewing, I didn't think it was a penalty. It does knock his foot away, doesn't it? And therefore, Ferran Torres, it's impossible for him to keep his balance and stand up.
There's nothing guilty looking than a player instantly saying, I didn't touch him. And that's exactly what Rudiger did there, having challenged Ferran Torres. But it's Barcelona who are certainly finishing regular time the stronger. Rafinha. Oh, and a lazy leg and a penalty! Right at the death for Barcelona! It's Raul Asencio!
Rafinha touches the ball. Asencio goes to ground. This will be the right angle. He clatters him. I don't think that VAR are going to turn over that decision from the referee. It's not a clear and obvious mistake. I think it is. I think when Rafinha, that's the touch. Does he throw himself to the ground? Yes, possibly. Is there contact on the ball from Asencio? I don't think there is. No, there isn't. The referee is in the perfect position. It has tempo. The game has slowed down as Endrick is the obvious one.
Was joint top scorer in the Copa del Rey prior to tonight with Ferran Torres and Julian Alvarez. Mbappe's ball through, intercepted. Billingham nearly got there. We haven't seen him really in extra time, have we?
The entire second half and the extra time. The game has drastically slowed down now, isn't it? It's about which team can string together enough passes. Which team can get back into a defensive shape quick enough. Real Madrid have done that in this occasion. Barcelona slow passing attack, which has allowed the white shirts to get back in position.
Fermin Lopez nearly blustered his way through players in white. Ferran Torres telling Rafinha to get back and link the play because Martinez is on his own. Fermin, bad challenge for Valverde. Barca play on. Ferran Torres just skews that wide. Nearly had his second of the game.
Yep, he's looked sharp, and it was. I was going to say that Fermin Lopez looks like one of the players that could do some damage. He's the liveliest looking attacking player on the pitch. It goes to Ferran Torres. He thinks about the return, and Rafinha slides the ball into him, and before you know it, I thought he'd done the hard part. Gets it away from Courtois, but he just drags it across and goes wide of that far post.
Kunde down. Here's Eric Garcia. Most meaningful touches I can remember from him since coming on, and that's a super smart ball onto Fermin, who has options in the middle. Ferran Torres! Flags up.
He shouldn't have been offside. Doesn't need to be offside here. Tired mind. If I'm looking for a way out for him. He's never onside in this whole attack. It's an easy one.
That's
an easy one for him to get right.
Down, doesn't he, as well? There.
He had every possibility there of getting free.
Firmin, too sharp. Rudiger laboured, and the deflection off his own foot, perhaps, went on. Again, more of the turf just giving way. But it's a double touch. It takes it over the bar. Straight in up front, and one imagines he'd be on a penalty should the game get that far. Short, Koundé onto it to maybe win the Copa del Rey. Koundé with a killer effort, and Barcelona celebrate in Seville with minutes remaining of extra time. Hansi Flick checks the watch. It's not done yet, but Barcelona will believe their 32nd title is on the way. Real Madrid labouring and tired. Have they lost it? Have Barcelona won it?
Well, Real Madrid, we still feel they can come back into it. You saw the looks, the winks, the nods of approval from the Real Madrid players that we've got time, but it's going to be really tough now. Inigo Martinez does well, he's closing down Luka Modric. It's a stray pass from Modric. Brahim Diaz doesn't go to meet the ball, and Koundé does. And when he's looking at shooting, I'm thinking, wrong choice. You don't score many goals, and when they do, they're normally with your head. But I underestimated the technical ability there. He's aiming for the corner, hits it right through with the laces. It's a tired dive from Thibaut Courtois. Tries to get down low, tries to get that firm hand on it. Sneaks under the dive of Courtois. These games are always dramatic. There's always so much drama. They came back to lead when I thought it was against them. I didn't see them winning this game when they were outplayed in the first half. But then they go and spoil it by these antics with what's gone on during the week as well, regarding the referee. And they get beaten this.
Barcelona will lift the Copa del Rey for a record 32nd time. The most dramatic of finals, befitting of a Clasico, decided right at the end of extra time. Jules Koundé there, taking in the adulation of 26,000 Barca fans. At one point Real Madrid did lead, but Barca got them level before 90 were played. And in extra time, it is the Blaugrana Terry Gibson that celebrate.
Yeah, I'm glad it didn't go to penalties. I wanted the winner in the natural state of play.